Hey there, Papa's Posse. Don't forget about that QR code. Take you to my eBay, YouTube, and Instagram page.
Story Hercules, winner of ancient glory, fighting for the right, fighting with his might, with the strength of 10 ordinary men.
Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Once again, it's time for Papa's comic books, coffee, and more. Well, let's see who we have today. The mightiest man on earth, Hercules Unbound, battling the master of the Loch Ness Monster, the most sensational superhero of all. Number 7, 30 cents back in 1976. Now, before we begin, don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe and leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about it. Okay, let's get to it. Title of the story, To Slay a Legend. The power and the glory of Hercules Unbound. Hey, what does that bozo think he's doing? No one can lift a 2-ton semi all by himself. No. Stand back, my friends. This metal behemoth shall block our path no longer. 1. And he moves it. Perhaps, David Rigg, you would do well to put less volume in complaints and more faith in gods. Yeah, well, don't be so hard on Dave, Hercules. We're all a bit frazzled. I mean, hoofing it over the highlands for 3 days straight isn't exactly calculated to put stars in your eyes. Perhaps I have set too fast a pace, Jennifer Monroe. If so, I apologize, but I am eager to witness more of the strange world. And if your Kevin's directions are accurate, there should be something of great interest beyond yon stone wall. Stone wall, sheesh, muscle man. Are you ever out of it? This place is what you call a basic hydroelectric dam. I used to work installations like this back when I was an engineer in Chicago. That must be interesting for you, mortal, but nevertheless, our goal lies beyond, so I suggest we proceed to that objective in as direct a manner as possible. And he starts climbing. The climb is steep, short, tiresome, but energies are soon renewed with the touch of a cool, moisture-laden breeze. And, I know, Basil, I may be blind, but I can still hear, and from the sound of the waves, I'd say we finally reached, yep, Loch Ness. So this is the home of the legendary lake creature you told me about, eh, lad? But it looks so calm, so peaceful, not at all the kind of place you'd expect to find monsters. Get thee behind me, Kevin. I've learned not to trust anything in this age, even the most innocent of visions. But surely, good sir, you can see that we mean you no harm. We are but members of the Ordained of Tarn, a most benevolent society. We saw you approach and wished only to invite you to rest and sup with us. Please believe that our pleasure is to serve. And to serve you, good sir, would be a pleasure indeed, unaware the bent and wizened figure that watches from the hilltop above, nearby. I know not. There is something too convenient about this encounter. Come on here, Herc. It's a free meal. For a moment, the man-god hesitates, and then, with a reluctant scowl, gives in and follows after his companion. A figure whose cracked and flaking lips curl into a crude mockery of sly satisfaction. But soon after the heady influence of good food and sweet wine have driven suspicion away. See, Herc, people aren't all bad. Yeah, I just wish Simon had decided to stay in England. This feast would have knocked the old gourmet on his ear. Ah, my friends, perhaps I have been overly doubting of late, and it is indeed difficult to remain distrustful amidst the sumptuous repast and such a pleasant company. But suddenly, hey, Herc, I don't feel good. You would have been wise to retain your suspicions, godling. The drug we planted in the wine has already sent your friends to oblivion. And you will soon join them. Nay, rogue, Your potion may work on mortals, but the blood of Zeus flows through my veins, and it will take more than tainted wine to keep me from punishing this deceit. Prophetic words, man God, for more exactly what you get. Blackness fades to gray and shadows coalesce into form as reality filters back through a rainbowed haze. Good, I see the effects of my staff of power are wearing off. I am Casper Zed, and I bid you welcome. Hey, why don't you just stuff the pleasantries, Pops, and get us out of these ropes? Alas, David Rigg, I'm afraid the old one has no intention of freeing us. In fact, judging from the way he stalked young Kevin out near the shore, I'd say he has a far grimmer fate planned for us all. All? No, my brawny friend, it is only the boy that interests me, for it is in the particular youth's death that I shall find justification for my life. Yes, a life spent in amity, in emptiness, so great that I finally led me here, in hopes of discovering the fabled Loch Ness monster, and at last proving to the world that Casper Zed matters. Only my search was unexpectedly interrupted by a little disturbance called World War III. A tumult that had greater consequences than anyone could have imagined. For mere days afterwards, the very air above the loch began to shimmer, and there appeared a creature of such splendor and majesty that it could never be called a monster, but only a god. In a burst of glorious energy, this god chose me as his disciple. He changed me, gave me a staff through which to focus his divine power, and bid me to summon followers to his side. Followers who, in the wake of the recent global Holocaust, were not difficult to find, for the masses were frightened, eager, and a man of leadership, of strength, a man like the new Casper Zed. But the master was still languid, weak, not yet used to his domain, and so I was given a mission. I was told to subdue the strangers that were approaching, a man God called Hercules, 2 mortals and a boy who was somewhat more than mortal, a boy whose essence shall give the master the power to live, to move, to rule. A bolt of livid energy spikes through the air, slashing still forbidding surface. Loch Ness with a fiery summons. Come, master, your freedom awaits. Break. The dark waters churn, roil begin to part before the bulk of an ominous something, while nearby a pair of startled eyes widens in astonishment and recognition. By Hera's soul, that's not that deity. You've summoned man. That's not Aquaman. This is for Hostess Twinkies. Oceanus the Titan. Don't be a fool, Zed. I know this creature. I fought it before, aeons ago. It only uses you to help regain its full strength. And when it does, it will destroy you along with every other mortal on this planet. No, you lie. The master needs me. He needs me. On the lake, the turmoil continues, while on the shore, a youthful, bedraggled body gives the faintest hint of a shudder. So be it, villain. If you won't stop the madness, then by all the gods of Olympus, I shall. Well, no, you can't interfere. You mustn't. I won't let you. You forget who you toy with, Casper Zed, for I am Hercules. Ooh, jungle habit. And by the mere heritage I swear that you will or will not allow, shall soon be little more than academic. With a soft wheezing sigh, the stricken shaman crumbles unconscious to the ground. While in the loch, the elemental titan, deprived of the animating burst of power, can but lull sluggishly confused amidst the forth-flecked waters. We must quit this place, hurriedly, for the truth comes to me at last. Oceanus must have felt the vibrations of your World War III in the netherworld, where he lay dormant and thought that the end of this world had arrived. He undoubtedly traveled here to conquer what remained, and he may well succeed. For in the past, the only weapon effective against the Titan was the lightning of Zeus, and I am afraid there's no precious little of that around nowadays. Maybe Herc, and maybe not. Maybe Herc, and maybe not. What? You've forgotten. The hydroelectric station, I mean, it may not be real lightning, but it's worth a try. Well, isn't it? Aye, lad, that it is. A tense calm settles over the Loch Ness, as if the troubled waters lie cradled in the eye of that unholy storm, a cruel tempest about to erupt. I don't understand. We were told that Oceanus was all-powerful, but if his chosen one can be so easily defeated... Silence, fool. I am far from being defeated, as those impotent non-believers will quickly and painfully discover. While at the power station above the deceptively peaceful lake, Jennifer, get to the walkway outside the watch for any sign of the renewed assault. But I'd be of more use here. Nay, woman, this is man's work. Now hurry. Herc, someday we just gotta have that talk about women's lib. Let's worry about someday when it arrives, Ron. Son, right now, we've got a minor miracle to perform. The way I see it, our only chance is to realign these variable rheostats and create an overload. But I'll need you, Hercules, to amalgamate the broken conduits and reestablish the power flow. What Dave means, Herc, is that you should fuse those metal tubes together. Then why didn't he just say so? Nevertheless, as soon as I've cleared the debris, I'll be happy to oblige. And on the damn walk above. Chauvinist, just because I don't have the muscles of a Greek god or the degree of electrical engineering doesn't mean I'm useless. Why, I'll bet they don't even think I can be a god. Watchdog, well, I'll show them. I'm afraid you'll have to finish without me, David Rigg, for I need not the wisdom of Athena to know that scream was a cry for help. Get back, Jennifer. The monster and I are old enemies. I almost lost my immortal life to when he fought me before, and though I know not if I can best it a second time. By Zeus, I mean to find out. Spewed. Blast. It's as I feared. Mere strength is useless against a Titan. But by the black flames of the Tartarus, there's nothing in this world of any other to stay me from trying. But tough the sheer strength in Hercules' mighty Thor's is a force high inconceivable to immortal man. That strength means woefully little before the unfettered fury of the raging Titan. While in the concrete chamber below, a stammering prayer and whispered, a trembling hand closes about a master switch. Clack. Superman, justice for all includes children 7? What happened here? Some kids from another neighborhood did this for no reason, but the police caught them in the act. Okay, and the very sky lights and the blaze of dynamo unleashed. The lightning, the lightning! By Zeus, I may have had only determination before, but now the fates offer me a weapon. And may Hades take my soul. If I fail to use it, your time on this plane is done, Oceanus, for in this battle there can be but one victor and one vanquished. And I swear by all that men hold holy that victory, first edition sale, shall be mine. Like a sword of divine light, the bolt of artificial energy slices through Oceanus' pulp undulating flesh, sending the timeless Titans spamosing, shrieking, withering back to the nameless void from whence it came. Moments later, after Hercules' semi-conscious form has been carried from the concrete battlements. Kevin, is he? Nah, Jen, Herc's okay. He's just exhausted. Well, who wouldn't be after all? Some kind of flash from the shore, like something exploded to that staff, exploded. Then we've been tricked all along. He's just like the rest of us. No, you don't understand. It's all a mistake. Please come back. Can't you see I'm Casper Zed? I'm important, 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 important. Footsteps fade as the setting sun casts shadows over the day's end and over the remnants of one man's dream. Okay, well, that was Hercules Unbound, number 7, from 1976. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Now, don't forget, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about it, okay? And as Papa and Herc always say,
That was easy.
until next time, Papa is out.